What's up everyone, my name is Cam. I'm a certified dog nutritionist and founder of The Dog Nutritionist. This is my dog food review of Orijen dry dog food. This is the one that I get the most amount of requests to do. So here it is. Without further ado, the dog food review of the century. In this dog food review, what I'm going to do is run through the ingredients, outline the overall quality of the ingredients by looking at what they are, how they are processed, how they are cooked, what effect that has on the ingredient. We're going to look at the additives, the supplements, see if they make a difference, what they are, why they're in there. And then we're going to use all that information to evaluate whether or not this is a good dog food. Now, a little bit of a spoiler alert. I do not recommend that you feed this to your dog every single day. Dry dog food is still very much a highly processed food. In human nutrition, we're fully aware of the dangers of processed food. There are loads of studies connecting processed foods to nearly all types of degenerative disease, particularly cancer disease, which around 1/3 of all dogs will die with cancer. Now, in veterinary medicine and pet nutrition, we simply don't have the data to reveal this very simple truth around processed foods. It's why there still seems to be backlash and people, even veterinarians, defending the overconsumption of processed foods, even though we know both logically and by thinking rationally that these types of unnatural foods will have a detrimental effect on the health of your dog if overconsumed. Now, shall I just get into the ingredients first, or shall I continue to go on about why I don't think you should feed this to your dog every day? I'm going to carry on just for a little bit longer. Processed foods are detrimental when overconsumed. I'm not saying that this shouldn't be in your dog's diet at all, but you very much need to make sure that natural, fresh foods are involved, as they are what's going to appropriately nourish your dog's gut microbiome. It's going to make their digestion work better. It's going to strengthen their immune system. It's going to make sure they're quality proteins going to their joints to ensure that they're more mobile longer. So many things are determined from the foods that we put into our dog's gut. How healthy they're going to be, how long they're going to live for. So many people say, look, my dog ate kibble to the ripe old age of 15. Well, imagine how old your dog could have lived if you'd implemented more fresh foods into their diet, because that is the power of nutrition. If you increase the quality of your diet or your dog's diet, it will increase longevity and increase quality of life. And that's what we all want. Let's look at Orijen dry dog food. What's that? God, 3 minutes of badgering on. I do apologize. For those of you who don't know, on the ingredients label on dog food, the first ingredient is the most prevalent and the last ingredient is the least prevalent. It goes in descending order. So chicken is the number one ingredient, followed by turkey, flounder, whole mackerel, chicken liver, turkey giblets, whole herring, eggs. This is great, a variety of protein sources. In all dog diets, I'd recommend a variety of different meats. It's natural, it creates a natural balance. However, these are not natural meats. The way that they're cooked affects the overall nutrition profile of the ingredient. Chicken, fresh chicken, is not the same as the chicken that you find in kibble. It's been cooked at high temperatures. That affects the quality of the protein. It will decrease B vitamins. It will decrease water-soluble vitamins. It'll have an effect, a large effect, on nearly all parts of the nutrition profile of the ingredient. Other than the quantity of protein, which will remain largely the same, but the quality of it will be greatly affected. And that's really important to know, that despite these lovely ingredients, it's not actually the real thing. And that's why fresh natural diets are so important and so effective. Then we move into the more highly processed side of this food, and that is the powdered meats. You have dehydrated chicken, dehydrated turkey, dehydrated chicken liver, dehydrated egg. All of these are low quality protein sources, and they are the most highly processed form of ingredients. If you're cooking something down into a powder, the likelihood, there's no likelihood, it's just not going to be as beneficial, nor nutritionally impactful, nor nutritionally effective, whatever you want to say. It's just not the same thing. It's why Orijen has such a high protein quantity within the food, and that can be misleading, saying it has 38% or whatever protein, but that's coming from low quality protein sources, and you just can't measure quality. Then you have whole red lentils, whole pinto beans, and chicken fat. I wouldn't feed my dog legumes every day. It's not natural. They find lentils really hard to break down. They probably don't digest many, if any, of the benefits that are in lentils. And we also know the dangers of lectins and phytic acid, which are found in legumes. They leach minerals out of the body. I would not recommend feeding my dog lentils or any other type of legume on a daily basis. Oh, and there are more, sorry. Whole peas, green lentils, whole navy beans, whole chickpeas, lentil fiber, whole peas, pea starch. The list goes on. That's even more worrying. It's not natural for a dog. There are potential dangers involved with the overconsumption of legumes. There was a connection established between legumes and heart disease. So it's just, you need to be wary of the overconsumption of legumes. Natural chicken flavor. I don't know what that is, but obviously it's there for a reason. Whole pumpkin, whole butternut squash, collard greens, whole apples, whole pears, whole cranberries, dried kelp. At this stage, the quantity of which these ingredients are actually in the food is going to be so minimal that it's not going to have a beneficial effect on your dog. What so many of these dry food companies do is include these ingredients, and because they don't have to state the quantity, they're effectively using them as marketing. It's just marketing material rather than being functional nutrition that's going to benefit your dog. Then we have the list of additives and preservatives. Zinc proteinate, mixed tocopherols, preservative, vitamin E supplement, thiamine mononitrate, calcium, copper. All of these additives are to make up for the fact that the food is kind of lacking in nutritional value. If you ever see a long list of additives on a dog food, you know that's because the actual ingredients aren't making up the nutrients that the dog needs, so that they're adding these additives. The nutrition analysis, like I said earlier, the protein is really high, but again, it hasn't factored in that this food is so low in moisture. With raw foods or fresh foods, you see a protein content of around 15%, and many of you think that's really low, but that's because the majority of the food is water. It's 70% moisture, whereas in dry food, it's only around 10%, which means that protein obviously will make up a larger proportion. It's actually really deceptive. I don't know, it's not done intentionally, but it just makes it seem like, oh my God, this is really high quality protein food, when it's not. The food is 20% carbs, all of which will be coming from legumes. Again, worrying. Not all, but just most. Still worrying. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I really have to say on Orijen pet foods. Many of you will, kick back at this dog food review. What I'd say back to you is that I'm a certified dog nutritionist. I've been doing this job for over 5 years. I've done over 900 hours of research on canine nutrition and worked with nearly thousands of dogs on therapeutic diets. What I have come to learn through experience is that it's the dogs that aren't consuming enough fresh foods which are suffering most, suffering from degenerative diseases like cancer, kidney and liver disease, arthritis. The list goes on, and that's why it's so important that you increase the quantity of fresh and natural foods in your dog's diet. I'm not saying that you should never feed your dog this meal. I'm just saying you need to limit the quantity of processed foods that are in your dog's diet if you want to maximize their longevity and quality of life. That is the power of nutrition. We know it for ourselves. You know it's correct for your dog too. So I hope this video has helped you understand this food, a little bit more about dog nutrition. If you are interested in learning a bit more, I have so much free information for you. I've got a free dog nutrition YouTube series, which is the most popular thing on YouTube, channeling my Mr. Beast when I made that. Not really. Not many people have watched it, and they really should. So I'm gonna link it at the end of this video. I've also got a free nutrition guide that comes with the dog nutrition video series. I've got free recipes on my website and a load of help on my Instagram page. So the Dog Nutritionist, that's where you can find me, either on the internet, Instagram, YouTube. That is me. Thank you for watching. Hope I've helped, and yeah, have a great day.